Hello, I am Sinitria Blocker, and today we're going to talk about teacher moves. In education, when you observe a teacher, you have to write down what you see the teacher doing. So, if a teacher's walking around her room and she's modeling something, you might put down that the teacher modeled, or you might notice that the teacher whispered to a student, or you might notice that the teacher had all materials ready. So, you're watching to see how the teacher gets from point A to point B and what she's doing to educate her kids. Those are teacher moves. On my website, I have a segment called Teacher Moves. And here I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to watch how teachers move from point A to point B and how they proceed in their career. So I'm going to ask a few of my teacher friends to come on and share their teacher moves with us. First, I'm going to have them to introduce themselves, tell us how they got started in education, what moves they've made so far, and what are their next steps as educators. So let me start with me. First, I'm Sinitria Blocker. I am a career educator. I started off as a paraprofessional to put myself through college. I was a classroom teacher for many years, a reading specialist, and now a mentor teacher. How did I get started? I think I always wanted to be a teacher. So I went straight to college and started teaching right away. I got my first job teaching second grade when I was 21 years old. I turned 22 in September, but yes, I started teaching at 21. What moves have I made so far? The first thing I that happened to me that I guess moved me as an educator was the teacher across the hall from me told me, "Look, you're young. You need to get a degree in something in case you don't want to be in a classroom the entire time. You will have options." So I listened to her and I got my degree in reading. And I got the degree in reading by the time I was like 25, 26. And that was great because it did open doors for me and it allowed me to be able to do a different job when I was ready to do that. I also have a degree in, well, I have a certification in administration. I do not think at this point in my teacher moves that I want to be an administrator, but I thought it was a great tool to have, and it did come in handy because I needed that certification in order to get this position as a mentor teacher. Another teacher move that I've made is I actually got my certification as a national board certified teacher in literacy. That was a tough procedure, but I definitely wanted that certification. I like things that challenge me and give me an opportunity to show that I'm growing as an educator. So those are some of the things I've done so far. What are my next steps as an educator? My next step is going to be to get a doctorate in teacher leadership. I think that's where I want to go. I know that in order to work at a university, I want to have a doctorate. You don't have to have one. I'm working at a university now without one. But I think that it puts me in a position to do what I want to do once I am able to retire from this job, which I really do enjoy. So I'm 31 years in. I only have maybe 5 years before I can retire. And at that time, I'm going to be looking for another teacher move in order to get to where I want to go. So that's the segment, Teacher Moves. Check out what some of my friends are saying and how they moved forward and what they want to do with their future as educators.